Hello guys, today we're going to be watching OverSimplified, War of the Bucket. He's my favorite YouTuber. I love War of the Bucket. It's my favorite war. And I'm going to do it with my dad. Dad, do a face reveal.
Not yet. Not yet. Get 20,000 subscribers. Subscribe today and maybe you'll see my face one day.
Okay. Say.
Ooh, ah, ooh, ah.
Ooh, ah.
New merch available now, including a supremely uncool t-shirt and
I
a
want that.
glorious new character pin.
I want that.
Link in the description down below.
That's so cool.
Alright folks, gather round. I've got some good news and some bad news.
Did you say good news and glad news? We haven't talked about this like a billion times.
Did you say good news and glad news?
I do that all the time.
No. I said good news and bad news. Give me my fucking plushie.
Oh, yeah. Where is it?
This is the only merch I have from him.
Wait.
You say good news and
No one saw it. It's gotta be like.
glad news? No, I said
Oh,
good news
it's
and bad
doing
news.
like in Spanish.
Very bad news.
Oh,
Word
here. God, who put the. Do you want subtitles at all or no?
No. Because he already has
On the
subtitles.
street is there's going to be a horrible plague coming in from Central Asia in the next couple decades that'll wipe out half of Europe. What's the good news? Do you have a cure? Please say you have a cure.
No. Even better.
The good news is
that
we've got a new
new
bucket for
bucket.
the city well.
This is the bucket. This is the bucket.
To understand the War of the Bucket, we first need to talk about this guy. He's the man with the plan, the host with the most. He's host,
Is he still alive?
lonely. He
Yeah.
eats ravioli.
They're like, we went to
White
church the
Castle.
other day. We're
I've got
Catholic.
some good
Oh
news.
crap, we're Catholic the other day, and she saw a picture of Pope Francis. She's like, oh, that's the guy from the War of the Bucket video. I was like, yeah, he's called the Pope, dude.
Know who I'm talking about? It's the Pope, the head of the largest religious organization in the world. But what if I told you he wasn't always the big bad boy powerhouse he's often thought as today? That's right.
I would have been
Throughout history,
surprised if,
the
like,
papacy often found
I
itself
just
forced to
heard this
wrestle
video,
against
but you know,
adversity
like, I
in
watched, like,
opposition
100
to retain
times
its
a day.
authority. The earliest
Yeah.
popes, for example, suffered under the brutal persecution of the Roman Empire, and many ended up martyred, such as Pope Clement I, who was ostensibly thrown into the sea with an anchor around his neck. On the bright side, however, he's now the patron saint of fishermen. After persecution finally ended, the Pope still found himself being heavily controlled by secular kings and nobility. For over 2 centuries, the Byzantine emperor basically decided who could become Pope. Then came a real low point during what has been called the Dark Age, a period where noblewomen controlled the Pope through.
Oh, we gotta skip this part. Yeah, I always skip this part.
Apparently, this would even.
Oh yeah.
Come on, Zeus, give me a 6. Did I say Zeus? I meant Thor. Ra, the Egyptian sun god?
Bro.
Dang it, who is it we worship?
Say,
Perhaps you should read this, Your Holiness.
say God.
In the beginning, God
Or like
created the heavens
Jesus.
and the earth.
Jesus.
Wow, this is wild. Pope John XII eventually died.
Yeah, it's like it's oversimplified. It's so
And
good.
controlled by secular leaders as a tool to increase their own power and influence. And there was certainly an element of that in the year
But, like,
800,
don't you have,
when
like,
the Pope and
all
the kingdom of
the power? So, like, why do you need a Pope?
Because the church was like a huge thing, and people paid tons of money to the church. It was like they had this country, like the Catholic Church had that country in purple too. Like, so like certain kings like wanted to support the church. Like it had way more power than it does now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Franks were good BFFs, and King of the Franks, Charlemagne, was like, hey man, being King of the Franks is nice and all, but I want more legitimacy, and also to become the
He made
continuation
him
of the Roman
legitimate.
Empire. So what say in return for my protection, you crown me Emperor so everyone will respect me more? Sure thing, pal. We'll hold the ceremony tomorrow. Charlemagne, King of the Franks, I
Oh
hereby
my
crown
God.
you Emperor of the West. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I
I
was not expecting this at all. What a
I
surprise. I
simply cannot
accept. Oh, okay then. I guess I'll just put this back over here. Give me that crown. Crowning as emperor was certainly an historic moment, but it also created a bit of an interesting problem. It set the precedent that from here on out, only the Pope could crown an emperor, but the Pope was also very much under the influence and control of Charlemagne. So who really held the power here, the Pope or the emperor?
I think the
that
emperor
this
won.
conflict
Did he win?
will cause
Yeah.
to
Apathy
die.
against the church
Bishop of
won.
Freiburg, we want to thank you once again for visiting our wonderful city. It's been an honor. The pleasure is all mine. And what a wonderful tour it's been. I've seen the city walls. I've seen the towers. Nothing could top that. Oh, couldn't it?
Yeah, what about this,
The best for
baby?
last. Ta-da!
Oh.
Yes, that's very interesting.
interesting.
Isn't it
The greatest thing you've ever seen?
Well,
it is just a bucket.
Dude.
This is the
Off
best
with his
bucket.
head.
Him
This one.
out of here.
More
Over
food
time,
for me.
Ptolemy's Emperor and the kingdom of the Franks gradually evolved into the Holy Roman Empire.
And he
by
looks
now,
different
the
now.
Pope and the
He's
Emperor
kinda
weren't
bald
such
right
good
there.
friends anymore,
Yeah.
since neither could agree on who was the boss of who. To make matters worse, the Emperor had taken to investing his own bishops and abbots. What does that mean?
Right.
Well, allow me to explain. The problem for the Holy Roman Empire
Do you get
was
this
his
part?
empire wasn't really an empire.
Yes,
so
it
much as
wasn't
a
an empire.
nightmarish federation
Yes.
made up of
It
hundreds
wasn't
of
holy,
counties,
it wasn't
duchies,
Roman, it
bishoprics,
wasn't
and
Oh my
the
gosh,
bishops
you
in charge
love
of
this.
these local regions often didn't give the emperor their loyalty. The German nobility spent a lot of their time
Hashtag
rebelling
not my
against the
emperor.
emperor.
Not my
The emperor
hashtag, not my emperor. Oh, was that what it
down
said?
those
Yeah.
rebellions.
Oh, okay, I thought you
Get
just
rid of
created that.
them.
Like, oh,
Who?
brilliant.
All the nobility. Get rid of them and pick new ones who are loyal to me. You can't just remove noble families from their territory.
Please.
Aw,
That's
okay.
so
How about this?
cute.
Some of those territories are ruled by bishops and abbots, and as Holy Roman Emperor, considered by many to be the deputy of Jesus Christ himself, perhaps you can choose who gets to become bishop.
Who's flipping the
and abbot.
pages?
Yay!
Yeah, right.
Now it's time to turn out the lights and go.
I
to bed.
love that. Great
Okay.
transition.
I love you.
Love you. Okay.
Okay.
Good night.
Say it back. And so it was. The emperor invested his own family and loyal followers into powerful church positions, and thereby
I thought
was able
it was
to
only
increase his own
biological
power and authority.
or
Not only
adopted.
that, but the emperor
Oh,
and other
no.
nobility were
He just
also
raises
engaging
his
in
own
something
family.
called simony. That's when someone would come
He
along and
adopted
say,
all those
hey,
people.
I want to become a bishop and get all the personal riches that come with the position. Perhaps we could come to some kind of arrangement. That's right. Church positions were actually being sold to the highest bidder.
Does that actually they look like?
Probably didn't
Yeah,
cheap.
for sure,
It's gonna
right?
cost
Yeah.
you a lot more than this.
That's what
I
caused
don't
the
think
Protestant
so. I
Reformation.
got a promo code. And speaking of
So,
promo
like,
codes,
Do we have
do you
honey?
like free money? I
Nobody
know.
uses honey no
I
more. It's
really
such
like it.
anymore.
And
It's
that's
such an
why I
old
use Honey. Honey
thing.
is a free browser extension that
You
automatically
have to
finds
use
the best promo codes.
It's
whenever
when you're
you
like talking to
shop
Mariana.
online.
Sometimes,
For
oh
free.
yeah.
This
I
means
don't know
you
why
always
my
get the best deals
oh my God,
without
my
even
phone.
trying. On over 23 amps. Oh hell, I say always install honey.com. So the positions, authority, and power. Wait a minute. This is depravity. The purpose of the church isn't for him to increase his own authority and power.
It's for me to increase my own authority and power.
What about Jesus, your holiness? What? I thought the purpose of the church was to spread the good message of Jesus Christ. How
How
drunk
good
are
for
you?
you? Very.
But like a lot of popes were about that, just the bad ones make it look like, all the church was corrupt. A lot of church was good. I just want to put that out there.
All right, the results for the election of chief magistrate are in. Giovanni Cablan, 1%. Spaghetti Jack, 2%. And the bucket,
1 trillion%.
Around the year 1050, a series of reformist popes came along, and they said enough was enough. They wanted to stop the emperor from abusing the church and investing his own church officials. How are you going to stop me so long as I have control over who becomes pope? Remember the circular power division? If you try to stop me, I'll just depose you and pick someone else. Oh no, I've contracted
I love it.
tuberculosis. And just like that, the emperor was dead. His 6-year-old son, Henry IV, took over. And as we all know, child emperors equal opportunity. The church
Honestly,
had
I'd
to
have just been
take
like,
back control
nobody
of the
talks to
biggest
me, nobody gets what they want,
Don't lie.
I do what I want.
Only the church
The Pope,
cardinals can elect the
mm-mm,
Pope, and you no
mm-mm.
longer have any say in the matter.
Those are cardinals. They're
If
right.
that's
They're
cool
like
with
one
you.
step lower.
I peed my pants. Okay.
Like, trying to have a serious conversation. I peed my pants. Okay.
Where he drew up a big
Okay,
list of
buddy.
legal reforms and new powers he was giving himself. And it included some pretty gnarly stuff. Okay.
Totally
First,
unnecessary.
I
I
have
have
the
the
power
power
to
to
depose
depose
emperors.
emperors.
Everyone cool with that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Only I can depose or reinstate bishops. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Alright.
No one
No
can
one can
judge
judge
me.
me.
Old princes shall only kiss my feet. Only my name shall be spoken in the church. My name is the only name in the world. Okay, I think you're done. These were all some pretty radical powers the Pope was giving
That's
himself.
the real
And with
Bible.
these reforms, the Pope was basically telling the Emperor, you no longer have the right to choose your own bishops and abbots. Only I can do that. When the Emperor,
That's
now
the way
a
it should
full-grown
be.
man, heard the news, He was furious. What? This is madness! Who does this guy think he is? I'm the emperor, for goodness sake! He can't tell me what to do! I'll invest my own riches and habits if I want to, and this rapscallion can go right to heck!
I keep my pants together.
The conflict escalated when Henry IV went to the Pope and said, "Hey, guess what, sucker?
You're deposed."
Wait a minute.
I'm the Pope. You can't depose me. You're deposed.
Wait a minute.
I'm the Emperor. You can't depose me. You're deposed.
Wait a minute. Eventually, the German
like the
princes
best
took
part of
advantage of the
the
situation,
Yeah.
and they all turned against Henry. Henry was forced to apologize to the Pope, and the whole thing ended there. Except it didn't.
Do you need me
The
to
whole
put-
conflict, known today as the investiture controversy, would continue on for centuries as popes and emperors engaged in a power struggle.
I love
with the
that.
emperor choosing his own church officials.
No swords
The overall
today.
result of this conflict is very intricate and full of complexities, but in general, the Pope was able to increase his authority. Great news, Your Holiness. Your influence is on the rise throughout civilized Europe, except for this one city in northern Italy. Really?
Mhm.
What's
What's
going on there?
Ooga, 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 ooga,
As the
ooga.
emperor, he found his realm thrown into further chaos and civil war, as the local princes continued to increase their own power and independence. This was most notably the case in northern Italy. Separated from the rest of the Holy Roman Empire by the Alps,
big-
the
big
emperor's
mountains.
influence
I thought the
and
Alps
control over
were
Italy
Rome.
had often been questionable.
The Alps
In
are
the
that
current
mountain
chaos,
range.
these Italian city-states began operating almost entirely.
There's the country Italy and then
Their
Rome, the
practical independence
capital.
was further solidified when
And the
Emperor
church is in
Frederick
Rome.
Barbarossa
Is
came down in
Rome still
1176
alive?
to try to
Yeah, dude, Rome is a city in Italy for shizzle, my nizzle. For shizzle. Here, let me show. I would cut this out. If you go type in Italy, it's very interesting because there's two tiny countries inside of Italy.
Rome.
Rome.
But Rome is that tiny?
It's a city, yeah. And then there's another country right here called San Marino.
But I thought Rome was really big.
It is. For a city, it's gigantic. Look, that's huge. Now watch. This is the city of Rome. Do you know what that is?
No.
That's La Città Vaticano. That's a country. That's the Catholic Church country called
I
the
see.
Vatican City. That's a separate country within a city. It's a teeny tiny country for the Catholic Church. And before it used to be the Papal States. It used to be huge, but now it's just this teeny tiny city.
Can you see it?
Yeah. Booyah. We need to go there.
assert his control. The cities formed an alliance, and with the Pope's support, they kicked the emperor right back to Germany. Hooray, said the Italian city-states. We did it. We're the best of friends. And then they immediately began attacking.
It's so
Why?
oversimplified but
Well,
true.
This whole Pope versus Emperor
Look
thing
at all
in
of the
Italy at
countries
least
there.
had infiltrated society to its very core. Across Italy, families and cities were torn between two opposing sides. On one side, the Guelphs, who supported the Pope's cause. On the other, the Ghibellines, who supported the emperor. These two sides struggled for control as Guelph cities battled against Ghibelline ones. As usual, personal interest played a pretty big role, as pro-Pope Guelph cities tended to be rich Mercantile ones who didn't like the emperor's taxes.
In the Vatican.
Emperors supporting Ghibellines, on the other
In
hand,
Rome.
were often agricultural, or
The city I just
expansion of
showed you.
states were a larger threat. These cities would sometimes even switch sides depending who is in charge and their ever-changing personal interests. In some cities, brutal fighting broke out in the streets as opposing families fought for control.
Getting spanked.
So tribal that the differences between the two sides were just downright silly. My love, I can't bear it. We must be together.
It's like
But how
tribalism,
can we?
man. People
My
find any
Ghibelline
reason.
family wears feathers on the left side of their caps, and your Guelph
Now it's
family
like
wears
red
them on the
against
right.
blue in our
My
country.
Ghibelline family cuts fruit straight down, and your Guelph family cuts
We
fruit
have this
crosswise.
flag.
These are
We
arbitrary
do. Oh my
differences. We
gosh.
shouldn't let them tear us apart.
We
We can be
Politics
together
are
no
just
matter
as
what our
stupid, if
families
not
think.
worse than this.
Wonderful news. Let's make a toast to our love. I'll drink from my Ghibelline smooth goblet, and I shall drink from my Guelph
Like it
chaste
doesn't.
goblet.
You don't even notice that that's not a
Get
girl
out of my
speaking.
sight.
Oh yeah, right. Well, yeah.
Wench. Two city-states in particular that got caught in
You
a
always have the same
long-standing
accent.
rivalry was the emperor supporting Modena and the Pope supporting bucket-loving Bologna. These
So
two
we're
cities
Bologna.
had bad blood between them, as they had
Where
already
Bologna
fought
comes
against each
from.
other on a number of occasions. In 1249, the two sides took part in the Battle of Fasolta, after which the victorious Bolognese launched a live donkey into Modena to humiliate them. For decades after that, the two sides would occasionally take little day trips into each
I'm
other's
just gonna be like,
territory, and mess things about a bit. In the fateful year of 1325, the Bolognese went on one such trip and laid waste to some farmlands. The ruler of Modena, Pastorino de Bonicolsi,
He looks angry.
the Bolognese had two major forts protecting their city in the southwest, so Passerino, in retaliation, decided to take an army down and lay siege to one of them. Hey, you dirty Bolognese jerks! You think you can raid our farmlands? Come out.
Face me like a man.
Hey
Hey,
man,
man,
what's
what's
up? I
up?
just come out to let you know that there's no need to siege us because... Whoa,
No,
hey
hey,
man,
man,
shut up. I'm trying to tell you... Whoa,
Well,
stop doing that. I'm trying to tell you I'm actually secretly sympathetic to the imperial cause and I want to willingly hand the fort over to you.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Dude,
What was that for?
For
For betraying your people. And this is for joining mine. Mwah.
He was so angry.
It was one of their main defensive forts. But to make matters worse, then this happened. Hey, wait a minute. Where's the bucket? Oh no, it's gone. Those Modenese must have taken it. We'll make them pay. This is unacceptable. They may take our lives. They may take our fort, but they will never take our bucket. Oh wait, here it is. I found it, guys. It's right here. Phew. Could you imagine if we started a war over that? That would have been really stupid, and there'd probably be a billion videos about it on YouTube one day. Thank goodness it never actually happened. That's right. The famous story you may know about the War of the Bucket, that the war started because Modena stole Bologna's bucket, doesn't actually seem to be quite right. I was surprised to find that the bucket was likely not actually stolen at the start of the war. And at this point, I want to thank and give a big shout out to fellow history YouTuber Emily.
It's all the same
He's the
video.
one guy I found who actually translated a fantastic
Yeah, this guy's
original
awesome.
Italian source. And then
You didn't
finally
really
allowed
like his
me to
videos,
use his
but
work in my own research.
like,
He does
but
really well
they're
researching
actually really
in-depth
good.
videos and definitely deserves
Because I
more
want
subscribers. So
Oh no,
please
for
head on
sure,
over
no
and check him
doubt.
out.
Like,
The real reason Bologna seems to have
He
declared
sure
war on
needs some
Modena
more
is simply
subscribers,
because of hating
because
each
I
other.
do,
So
guys.
Bologna
Yeah.
Only
proposed
for
that the fort
tea.
had hold on Guelph cities to
Subscribe,
attack Passerino,
please.
and Bologna wanted its fort back, and they were gonna get it back. Bologna had a large force, much larger than what Modena could muster
20,000
up,
for a
so they
face
felt
right
pretty confident. They sent half their force to lay siege and take back the fort, and the other half took defensive positions to prevent the Modenese from crossing the river. The smaller Modenese force were struggling to find a place to cross, so one night they were like, "Hey guys, look out, we're attacking way up here in the north. Better move your troops." Oh, would you look at that?
They didn't move that
And just
quickly,
like
did
that,
they?
the Modenese
Picking the
were
book.
across
No,
the
it's
river. The Bolognese
oversimplified.
were probably expecting the
literally
Modenese to come and break their siege, but instead, the
Hey,
Modenese
don't drink
went
all that
to the
water.
second
And
fort
now
at
I got ice.
Zapolino.
Nothing but
Bologna
ice
could
here.
afford
Yeah,
to lose
oh,
both
good
of
luck
its
for you.
defensive
Drink
forts,
all my
so the
water.
entire Bolognese force moved to take defensive positions at Zapolino. When the Modenese arrived, it was already late in the day, and there were about 2 hours of sunlight left. In most medieval battles, at this point, both sides would set up a camp, rest for the night, and prepare for battle the next day. But the
It's
outnumbered
pretty.
Modenese decided
Because
the
my
only
face
way to
is
win
pretty.
was to deal a quick, decisive blow while the Bolognese were still unorganized and unprepared. And that's exactly what they did. They charged at the Bolognese line,
Well,
and the
technically
two
they
sides
didn't win
engaged in fierce
because
combat.
they were
Then the sneaky
they were
Modenese took what must
unorganized
be the
and
most
unprepared.
predictable,
Yeah.
yet somehow consistently surprising move in medieval warfare.
This happens like
They sent the
way.
cavalry
That's like
around the
every
side
other
and
video.
hit them from behind. Bing, bang, bong. The
Which reminds
Bolognese
me,
went on the run. With casualties in the thousands, Modena had won, and the Modenese cavalry chased the Bolognese cavalry all the way back to the city. After Modena's victory, they went on a tour of the Bolognese countryside, burning some stuff down along the way. When they
Dude,
reached the
sports
city
fair.
itself, instead of laying siege, they set up
Back
a
in the
camp
day, it
and
was
basically
perfect.
held a massive
Oh, look at
party
that.
we
for
even
3
chop
days.
their
The
I
defeated
know,
Modenese could
man.
only
This
sit
is
back
crazy.
and watch. As the Modenese
Now
force
we
began
chop
packing up and getting ready to leave,
like a
they noticed
J
something.
Oh man, you say
Oh
bad
my God.
words, you're gonna
Hey,
like,
check this out.
I feel
No way. Are you kidding me? They're
They're
still
still
using
using
traditional
traditional
wells.
wells.
Hey, you dumb Bolognese. Ever heard of an artesian well?
Nah.
You can't even get water out of the ground without using a stupid bucket. It's not a stupid bucket. It's a wonderful bucket. Whatever, bucket boy. We're taking this with us.
Bucket boy.
No.
So Modena stole Bologna's
Wait, he
bucket
just says,
and put it up on display in their cathedral, eventually moving it to the city hall, where it remains on display
I'm
to
the
this
city hall.
day. The two cities
We're gonna
came
spend
to
all
a
this
peace
time going to
settlement a
Italy
few
and
months
you're gonna see
later.
the bucket.
Bologna would have to pay heavy war reparations, and in exchange, Modena would return all conquered territories. Modena kept the bucket. Despite being one of the bloodiest battles in medieval Italian
Have a
history,
bloody
it
buddy.
didn't really change anything, except now Modena had Bologna's bucket. As for the larger power struggle between
Look
the
at
Pope
that
and the
mess.
Holy Roman Emperor, that would continue on for some time and played a part in many major events of medieval history, such as the Crusades, the Protestant Reformation, eventually
Dude,
leading
you need
to
to make
the
videos on
separation of
those.
church and state we see in Europe today. So there you have it. We learned about the Pope and the Holy Roman Emperor,
Investiture
the
controversy
investiture
and the war of the
controversy,
bucket.
and finally, the War of the Bucket. It's been a long day, and it's time to turn out the lights and go to sleep. Okay, I love you. Okay.
Okay.
Good
Good night.
night.
Say it. Bye.
มันเป็น
I want the oversimplified guys. I want it. And I want the Roman thing. No. Wait, no. Yeah. No, we have to go there.
This
No.
video was made
No.
possible.
We'll just edit it. If you go here and end. Oh wait. Tell people like blah blah blah. So,
Bye, guys.
be
It's
like,
past my bedtime. So bye.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Or else you will not get a face video.